Welcome everyone. The topic for today's presentation is international marketing. We will discuss about marketing in particular and how it is done on a global scale. The international marketing, the definition is very simple. International market is defined as a performance of business activities designed to plan, price, promote, and direct the flow of companies, goods, and services to consumers or users in more than one nation per se. That is what we are looking forward to. Again, repeating it for your convenience, international marketing is defined as a performance of business activities designed to plan, price, promote, and direct the flow of companies, goods, and services to the consumers in more than one nations if per se. So marketing concepts, process and principles are universally applicable everywhere across the world. So we have something which is known as target market, and let me show the number of circles that comes around it. The target market can be you, the target fellow, the target gentleman, the target lady can be you watching this particular video. But and how do you figure out in the scheme of things of the multinational? Let us elaborate it. So there are certain things which are controllables within the hands of the company first per se, and this is what we are looking forward to. What are controllables? They are product, they are place of distribution, they are promotions, and the price. These four things particularly are very much approachable, understandable, and comprehensible by the company, keeping the target market. The target market can be end result be you, the person watching it, or the vicinity, the family, the society that you are residing in. So the company can have a control over the four piece: price, promotion, place, and product. Then comes what? The domestic environment, the society which in which you exist, the greater society which is beyond the uncontrollable factors. Let's say the competition that comes in, there might not be only one particular company trying to grab your eyeballs. There might be plentiful of companies. There are technology orientation that comes around it. We are talking about the economy. Economy is where if there's a recession, or if there's an inflation, or if there is everything going good and everybody is making wonderful profits and money is there in the pocket, the disposable income, there is not an issue around it. Yes, we are talking about cultures, as in what kind of cultures people are working around, and the political legal system. So we talk about competition, technology, economy, culture, and political legal system are the domestic environment, which is just beyond the purview of the company. But then there are something called foreign controllable, uncontrollables too. Now we understand that even in a society, it's in a part of our country, probably the bigger country will always be a part of the whole world. So we are talking about again competition from the best or the benchmark organization looking into cater into that same product that you want to go around it. There are technologies coming from different corners of the world altogether. The economies, we are talking about it, we are talking about the cultures, we are talking about the political legal system, and the similarity ends out here. Then comes the infrastructure, then comes the geography and the structures of distribution, the supply chain that comes around it. See, we started from the target market, moved on to the controllables, then it became domestic market as an uncontrollable, then the international market, which was just beyond the purview altogether. So environmentally uncontrollable country might be a market A, then might be an environmentally uncontrollable country, which can be a market B, and the last would be a market C. So everywhere you look into it, there are market A, market B, market C. I might say country A, country B, country C. I might say continent A, continent B, continent C, as the case might be. So environmental adoption needed is a difference in the uncontrollable environment of international marketing. How do we go forward from here? Firm must adapt to the uncontrollable environment. Uncontrollable environment, an environment which is beyond for you to manage by adjusting the market mix, product, place, promotion, and distribution. If we can do so, nothing like it. This is what we are looking forward. We are talking about the continuum, the adoptions, and the standardization, the adoption of the marketing mix and the standardization of the marketing mix, influences by the seven environmental factors which I've already explained in the previous slides. If you look into it, this is what the adoption is comes across it. This is what we need to move, change, or probably adapt the best practices to the local nuances thereby. We need to understand and go forward with it. The self reference criteria is SRC or ethnocentrism, the major obstacles, if we may say so. How do we come across with it? We are talking about the self-reference criteria as an unconscious references to one's own culture, values, experiences, knowledge as a basis of decision. If there are any, how can it can be done it? So we are talking about self-reference criteria. We are talking about ethnocentrism, refers to the notion that one's own culture or company knows best on how to do things as on when on basis. Both the SRC and ethnocentrism impede the ability to assess foreign markets in its truest form or the truest light, as the case might be. Reaction to meaning, values, symbols, behavior relevant to our own cultures are different from those of the foreign world. Relying on one's self-reference criteria can produce unsuccessful marketing programs. So please desist from self-reference criteria. Try to adapt always. Now, avoiding of the self-reference criteria, why should we avoid? I would love to elaborate on the business problem, on the goal of the home country, cultural habits, traits, norms. They might not actually promote the product that you are looking to go around it. Define the business problems or the goals in the foreign country in terms of their habit, their trade, their norms. Make no value judgment. Please understand, we are in a business of doing business, making profit. We're not here to make any judgment. Let us practice it or skirt away the issues that is being treated as an offensive in the foreign country. We need to work around it, ensure that our product gets readily acceptable. Isolate the self-reference criteria influences in the problem. Examine it and carefully to see how it can be complicated. Refine the problem without SRC influences. Solve for the optimum business solution as the case might be. This is what we are looking into it. Developing a global awareness. To be globally aware is to have tolerance. Tolerance of the differences that one can come from different cultural background and so on and so forth. Look at, we are looking into it a completely a Western concept. There is somebody who is following a different dictat or different religion, and here in another religion that comes around it. So if you look into it, we have seen different cultural differences of different religion, the way modalities of praying or probably paying respect to the Almighty. The knowledge of culture, history, and world market potential is very pertinent, very important before you to begin with any sort of business orientation or transaction per se. We should be talking about the global economies. We should be talking about the social economics. We should be talking about the political trends as on when on basis. Now, stages of international markets. What are they? Where are we involved into it? In general, basically there are five different phases of going international. What are they? Allow me to elaborate. First, no direct foreign marketing. What are we doing? We are hiring another company to do the desired marketing on behalf of us. Because why? Because they are aware of the fact, the nuances, the traits, the culture, the value, the norms of the country better than us. Foreigner, multinational company would always not go for direct foreign marketing. Then comes an infrequent foreign marketing, wherein you take the charge and probably at a burst, probably sponsor an event, and there is infrequent marketing event that comes around it, which if successful becomes a regular frequent marketing event. You will start doing and start promoting your product as often and as possible, which essentially eventually translate into an international marketing, right from no direct foreign marketing to infrequent foreign marketing, regular foreign marketing, international foreign marketing, and the global marketing thereby. So EPRG schemes, what are they and what are the strategic orientation that comes around it? Let us understand one at a time for everything that comes around. So if the orientation is all about domestic marketing, if an extension for it, will relate to ethnocentrism, that is E, or what we are looking into it. Then can the polycentrism market, wherein it is a multi-domestic market. It's the number of country we are marketing it, probably in Southeast Asia, probably in MENA region, Middle East and North African region, probably in Pacific Rim region if you are looking into it. So this is polycentric marketing, EPRG schemes, right? As in, then comes the global marketing, which actually translate into the regiocentric or the geocentric for schemes. Now, this is what we are looking. Domestic market would always relate to the ethnocentric, a particular group, similar people, similar audiences, similar values, similar ethos, similar principles, similar practices. Multi-domestic, on the other side, would be polycentric approach that comes around in global market. Need not be a regiocentric or a geocentric. Now, EPRG schemes, as we call it, are the four distinct approach that dominates the strategic thinking and international marketing events, all and across the schemes, ethnocentrism or the domestic marketing extension concepts. How does it differ? This is where the home country marketing practice will succeed. Elsewhere, without adaptation, absolutely without adaptation. However, international marketing is viewed as secondary or probably to the domestic operation. So, ethnocentrism or domestic market extension. You are talking to an audience with a similar kind of background, whereas polycentric is not with a similar kind of background. You are talking to an audience with a multiple background altogether. So it is actually an opposite of ethnocentrism. Management of these multinational firms place very important importance on the international operation as a source of profit. The management believes that each country is unique. Each one of them will allow to develop their own marketing strategies locally, and that is what we are all looking forward to it. Let us come to the regiocentric and the geocentric things. Now, in regiocentric, we see the world as one market and develop standardized marketing strategy for the entire audience on the of the planet. So it's the regiocentric that comes around. If this is regiocentric, what is geocentric? Regiocentric or geocentric are almost exchangeable terms, synonymous with the global marketing orientation, where uniform, standardized marketing strategies are used for several countries in region or an entire world, as the case might be. The audiences are more or less univocal. The audiences understand the appeal of the product and they are very much comfortable with the product. With this, I come to an end of this presentation. Thank you for watching this video.